Hi, my name is Jarno and I'm your event tutor. My YouTube channel is all about teaching you how to plan and organize an event or festival. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or leave a comment below. But first, enjoy this video. I'm here with Tucker, and Tucker is also known as the festival guy.
Heyo.
Hey, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tucker. I am known as the festival guy.
And what does the festival guy do?
Well, you know, it started as a way to go to festivals for free. Like I thought if I could review festivals, that I could probably get in for media. But by the time I had been to enough festivals for that to actually work, it had actually kind of become something to where what I'm trying to do is find problems in the festival industry and actually like just create solutions to them.
Okay.
So yeah, and just, you know, kind of help get people in the right perception that it's our responsibility as the crowd to pick up after themselves, and just all the little things that like not many people are talking about.
Yeah. And how many festivals have you done? When did you start with the festival guy?
My first festival was March 2011.
And how many festivals have you done since then?
Number 78.
Wow, okay. So you're a seasoned festival.
I like to think, I hope so.
If you had to give advice to a future festival organizer, so a small festival that is, you know, they're about to launch, you as a, you know, the expert on going to festivals, what would you advise them to do?
Be very clear with your audience what to expect and how you're supposed to give them rules. And it's not, rules are not bad because they're for everyone's benefit. You know, so if you say, hey, this is a festival where we're going to pack it in, pack it out, or we're going to pick up after ourselves, and you put up signs reminding people, like, we'll do it. Yeah. Because then what happens is, like, if you go to a festival where there's nothing stated, if I'm next to someone and they throw their stuff up and their trash on the ground, I don't really have any reason to be like, hey, that's not how we do things here, because it's not actually stated that that's not how we do things. But if you're lightning in a bottle and you throw your trash on the ground, I'm like, hey, that's not how we do things here.
Fair enough. And if you, how do you find out about new festivals? So a small festival, for example, well, don't necessarily need to name names, but a small festival started out, been organized perhaps 2-3 times. How do you find out about them, and how do you approach them?
Well, normally you hear about festivals word of mouth. That's like the big one. It probably always will be that way, because if you throw a good festival, you're going to want to bring your friends back the next year. At this point, you know, I just get press releases on all the things, and that's how I keep my app FestEvo up to date, because we did make an app that lets you research the lineup and find out about all these festivals, because there are so many.
You want to tell a little bit more about FestEvo?
So kind of sticking in line with like me running this website, The Festival Guy, and thinking that if I could find a way to just improve festivals as a whole, that I could like create a job for myself. I discovered two main problems that we experience. One, we go to these festivals to spend time with our friends, but you don't actually know which of your friends are going to be at each festival. For example, I was previously at, what festival, I don't even, was it Boogaloo?
Northern Nights.
Right, yeah, we had met, and I had this app, and after this festival, Northern Nights, he sends me a Facebook message that says, hey, I can't believe I didn't see you at Northern Nights. I wish we could have saw each other. And I just replied back with, if only someone had worked really hard to make an app that tells you which of your friends are at each festival. And he was like, you're right, but that's why. Yeah. Like, it would have been cool to hang out, grab a beer, and I just combined beer and brew, but same thing. And then the other thing is, like, festivals are best when you know the whole lineup, but there's no way to listen to it without like spending like hours on Spotify or YouTube or something. So in FestEvo, you can click on any festival and it'll show you the entire lineup, and you can listen to every artist, rank them, and we can give you a custom schedule already color coordinated based on who you ranked.
And the app is free, or?
Yep, getting that custom schedule is going to be $1.
Fantastic. Is your main focus when you go to festival? Do you focus specifically on sustainable elements or other things as well?
All of it. I want it to be sustainable, but that's like 25% of what I focus on. I want it to be easy to attend. I want there to be bathroom lights. I want.
Thank you very much. That's the best idea ever. Yeah.
Right. Like, why is this so difficult?
I know.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I want to be able to see and hear the music from the back of the crowd. So these are what I look into. I want to know what the crowd is like. The only thing I don't write about is what happens on the stages. If you don't like the lineup, don't go. So
fair enough. And how do you, like I said, how do you find out about new festivals in general? Are you just you already mentioned you keep an eye on all the press releases, but for someone who you're quite fanatic about going to festivals. Most people probably go to 1 to perhaps 3 festivals. Where do they find out about? So if you're a new festival, where should you promote yourself?
Well, you want to make sure you get on Fest 300. You want to make sure you get on like Music Festival Junkies, and like there's a few websites that you can go. I think you guys have like wiki festivals overseas, so check those out, and follow along in my app FestEvo, because the thing is, once you love artists, when one of your favorite artists is added to a lineup, it's going to let you know. So now it's going to prompt that for you a little bit. So,
what can festivals do more to promote themselves or to market themselves?
I think festivals should get way more creative with the content they make during the festival. You know what I mean? Very few festivals let an artist control their Instagram. They should all do that. You know what I mean? Like make smart content along the way, and more user-generated content. Like give someone a camera for the day, and then they bring it back to you, and you just have the content.
So is it more social media that they should focus on?
Yeah, honestly, they should just focus on throwing the absolute best festival, because if you throw an amazing festival, everyone that came this year is going to come back next year, and they're going to bring people. Now you're not reliant on the lineup. You've earned this festival. Everyone buys their tickets before the lineup comes out because it's lightning in a bottle. Like, duh. Of course you're going to come back because it's so good.
Are you, of all the festivals that you have been to, what is the most memorable experience you have had so far?
Last year at Wakarusa Festival, well, to preface this, I went to my first festival to see a group called Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, and over my travels, I'd seen them a bunch of times, and they tell a story, or they let someone tell a story, but it's normally, I've seen varying degrees of like success and fails, and now I went to Wakarusa, and the first like little baby version of FestEvo was out, so I was up front, and I was like, Alex, my hero, I have a story. He's like, okay, bro, I'll hook you up. Now I'm like terrified. This is main stage, sunset at Wakarusa, 30,000 people, right? So I have to go the whole show waiting to see if he's gonna remember. Now they're singing Home, but he's on the other side of the stage, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna forget. He's gonna forget, and he's like, oh, and someone has a story. He comes walking over and he hands me the microphone, and I look up at him, I'm like, can I come up? I've never seen him let anyone on stage before, and he's like, yeah. So, let me see if I can say it right. I get on stage and I turn to this huge crowd, and I go, can I tell you guys a story of how this band changed my life twice? I'm like, yeah. Well, 3 years ago I went to my first festival to see these guys. I really liked it a lot. So I went to I decided I wanted to do this forever, so I quit my job. I went to festivals and reviewed them. It was like my 50-something festival in the last 3 years, and the place goes crazy. And then at the big pitch, I'm like, now, can I ask you guys a question? Is being a festival goer work? Like, yeah. They're like, yeah, you don't know which of your friends are coming, and it's so hard to listen to the lineup. Well, I just launched an app called FestEvo that lets you listen to the lineup and see which of your friends are coming. And I look down at like Alex, who's looking up at me. I'm like, and by bringing me up, you just changed my life again. And he like hugs me, and like he asks me if I want to play tambourine. So I get to play tambourine on stage for 3 songs with my favorite band. And it was, I have like two mini flashes of memory. I was not present in my own brain at that moment. It was just like, wow. Fantastic.
Oh, great story.
Thank you.
What, if people want to find out more about you or the app, what should they do?
Just look up thefestivalguy.com, or on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Like, it's hilarious that I was able to get all of these. And FestEvo, festevo.com. Download the app. It's in there. Like, use it. Listen to that lineup and get to know those artists, because you're going to discover incredible music that you don't want to miss.
And I think your story that you just described is actually on your website.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yep, fantastic. Totally. Awesome, thank you, man.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jarno, your event tutor. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and do check out my other videos. See you next time.